All right, well, hey there, folks. Meteorologist Matt Barrentine getting things fired up here in the Fox 10 Digital Center and our Gulfstream Center. And yeah, we're going to be dealing with this is going to be our first big round of severe weather for the new year. I mean, obviously, it's still pretty early into the new year, but this is going to be the strongest round of severe weather we've had in a while, probably since last spring. Since last, I guess, about June, we had a round of severe weather. So it's been a while since we've gone through a real round of severe weather. We've had some marginal risks, we've had some thunderstorms, but we're going to get some pretty nasty weather with this upcoming system, and it will get here. It'll start raining during the afternoon tomorrow, but it won't be severe until late tomorrow night, overnight, going into Tuesday morning. So this isn't now, okay? We got time. We got time to watch it and get ready for it. It's not now, but it will be on the way. And what we're looking at here is the tornado risk here zone, and you can see this is once again tomorrow night for Tuesday morning, and that yellow is 10%. The other way that Storm Prediction Center does is they put these little hash marks. Why do they do that? Just to emphasize that it's significant. I guess, a lot of people would see 10% and say 10%, that's not a big risk. When you're talking about something as nasty as a tornado coming, near your community, 10% is a fairly large, it's actually a really large risk comparative to, any, 360 days of the year, we don't have any risk of tornadoes. It's only really a handful of days of the year that we have any risk of tornadoes. And 10% for us is actually kind of getting up there, okay? That's actually a pretty high risk that we're going to see the chance of some tornadoes around the area. And it's I always like to try to describe it to people like this. If I told you you had a 10% chance of getting in a serious wreck today, would you get in your car that day? You probably wouldn't. You'd say, I'll wait till tomorrow. So 10% is a high risk when you're talking about a significant event. And unfortunately, I'm going to be struggling here because my computer is going to freeze up on me. All right, so here's the future. I'll just do my best I can. I can't really see what's going on. I'll just have to hit the button and hope it works. So here's the modeling. Tomorrow morning's fine. Noontime is fine. So you get to work, take your kids to school, we'll be okay. When you pick up your kids from school, it should be fine by then too. But by later in the afternoon, we'll start seeing some rain moving on in. So here's 3 o'clock, obviously pickup time. I just want to say, you pick up the kids from school, I think we'll be fine. By the time we're driving home from work tomorrow, that's when we'll start seeing some showers and thunderstorms moving in. Now this looks pretty nasty, but this won't be severe yet. We won't have the instability yet. We're going to have a warm front pass through sometime later in the evening. When that warm front passes through, it's going to increase the instability in the atmosphere. And that won't happen until the evening. So 9 o'clock, we might start getting into it. This is about the time when the warm front's going to move through. So by about midnight, these storms are going to start getting stronger. And there's going to be a line back here, and then there's going to be some bubbling up out ahead of the line. Look how active that is at midnight on Tuesday. Now look at 3 a.m. Now this is where things get critical. If you're watching us on our Fox 10 Facebook page, I would implore you to download our Fox 10 weather app, okay? This is why. Because this is going to happen at 3 in the morning. You need a way to get the alerts. So please, please, please download the app. And here's the other thing. We'll be on doing team coverage, whatever's happening. We'll be on live on Fox 10. Your power goes out. Okay. Hit the app on your phone. Watch live right there. Okay? You don't miss a beat. So please download the app. It's free. And it's got a radar on there. It works really well. We put short clips up there. A lot of great stuff. It's actually, I'm not just doing this because I have to. It is a good app. We do put a lot of effort into it. Over time, we've been putting more and more effort into it, trying to get more folks to use it. And this is the exact kind of situation where you need it, okay? So please download our app and be ready for this. 5 a.m. Tuesday morning. So you're getting up on Tuesday. You're probably already up because the thunder's waking you up. Here's 6 a.m. So at this point, we may be better off, because this is about time folks are getting up to get ready for work, get the kids ready for school. Looks like west of 65 by that point. We might be all right, but the Panhandle will still be dealing some very rough stuff during commute time. By the time the commute hits on 7 a.m. Tuesday morning, hopefully west of 65, we're okay. Now, keep in mind, this timing could change. And a couple of hours of change here, right? If it's a couple hours slower, it means we could be dealing with this right in the middle of the morning commute. A couple hours faster, nobody's dealing with it during the morning commute, okay? So just keep that in mind. We're going to be looking at the exact timing of this, and you don't want to, put all your eggs in a basket on one model. In fact, let's go look at another model. So that was this is a high resolution model. 7 a.m. Monday morning, doesn't show much. Noon on Monday, showers offshore. Now this one does show some rain around the time that you would be picking up the kids from school. So the other one didn't. This one does. So this one's moving stuff in a little bit early. That's why I say you don't want to get too focused on the exact timing, because it's possible that we could be dealing with this model could be closer to right. It's hard to know. We won't know until the system is actually developing, which one of these models is right. Now you look at this at 6 o'clock and it looks pretty rough, right? This won't be severe at this point. This will be heavy rain, but this won't be severe. But it could make for some very nasty driving home from work, right? So that's 6 o'clock. And go ahead and move on. Once again, we're looking at a different model this time, 9 o'clock. Now you see these winds really coming in from the south. That's feeding some warm air into that line that's around Hattiesburg. That's when the severe weather is going to be happening. So midnight, this looks ugly. This shows the main line back here, but you see all these little individual thunderstorms. Whenever you see individual ones out ahead of a system, those are the ones that can get really nasty. Those are the ones that can create tornadoes because they kind of have their own environment to work with. And when you got thunderstorms all in a line, well, they're all kind of feeding off that same environment. So they kind of have to share it, right? But when they're individual little thunderstorms like this, what we call little supercells, those can be pretty nasty out ahead of a main line. So that is not a good look for us early on from midnight to 2 a.m. on Tuesday morning. 3 a.m. still looks pretty rough, main line there. 4 a.m. still looks pretty rough. 5 a.m., here's the thunderstorm line. Kind of similar in the late timing, though, in the sense that it shows for the morning commute that things are improving west of 65, but still pretty rough east of 65. So that part of it's pretty similar here, but still showing some rain around 7 a.m. And then as we get later in the morning, things clear on out. So one way or the other. So once again, don't get too fixated on the exact timing. We'll start to see some rain at some point Monday afternoon. That won't be severe. It'll turn severe in the late night hours here for us. Wind advisory from tomorrow morning through Tuesday, 40 mile per hour plus wind gusts are expected. And you'll see that here. I mean, the numbers are pretty significant. That's noon on Monday. So no severe weather at noon on Monday, but it'll start getting gusty. Wind gusts 25 to 35 miles per hour at that point. Now look at the numbers here at 6, showing 40 mile per hour plus wind gusts around the area. Those are the gusts. It won't be, steadily 40 miles an hour. The wind gusts here now as we go into midnight Tuesday, look at this, showing 50 plus mile an hour wind gusts. Once again, that's not the steady winds. These are the gusts, the higher gusts that we expect. And then as we get to 3 a.m., once again showing wind gusts over 50 miles per hour. Of course, when the actual storms are coming through, we can get wind gusts easily over 70 miles an hour. And of course, if you get a tornado, that's obviously stronger than 70 miles an hour in most cases. So we could see obviously even higher winds than this. But this is some pretty significant stuff showing up through 6 a.m. Tuesday morning. Now you notice starting to calm down west of 65, but still very strong wind gusts over 50 miles an hour on 6 a.m. Tuesday morning over in the Panhandle. And then things start to improve here there after that. So it's going to be a rough go of it. There's going to be some very gusty winds. So that's obviously one threat is the wind. Winds will be a pretty good threat. There will be a tornado threat. There will also be a pretty significant flooding threat. We saw those model runs I showed. They show some heavy rain. All right, so this is what we call the tornado index. Now here's 6 p.m. on Monday. This is why I said we're not anticipating severe weather during the day on Monday. The unstable air, not here yet. It's coming, but it's not there yet. The warm front comes in the evening, and then then the unstable air comes in. That's 1 a.m. Here comes all this unstable air. This is air that is rising in the atmosphere, and that is going to create the possibility of tornadoes. Now, you see the bright purples here. I mean, we're moving up the scale here, right about to the middle of this tornado index, around a level 5 there of 10. That is really high for us. We don't see this very often, okay? That's why I'm on here telling you about this. This is likely to be a significant event. This isn't a level 1, maybe something will happen, marginal something will happen. We're going to get some rough weather Monday night into Tuesday morning. I can't tell you, pinpoint it exactly down to your community, but we're going to get something here, okay? We got all the ingredients. This is a strong system that's going to be moving through for us. This is 3 a.m. on Tuesday morning. You still see, look at these purples, very deep purples. I mean, like I said, this is about at least halfway up the scale, around level 5 there on that. That's pretty significant once again, but you do notice as you go back west, things do improve. So then I get to 5 a.m. Tuesday morning, the threat level is highest into the Panhandle and eastward. And once again, try not to get too hung up on the exact timing. The timing will change with all this. So that was a tornado potential. Here's the flash flood potential. Look, we're in the red for parts of our area. Other parts of the area kind of in that yellow, but red is 40%. That's pretty high chance of seeing some flooding rains out of this. That makes, obviously, driving really dicey. How much, oh man, look at this model. Wow, this one just came in. I haven't seen this one yet. So this is just one model, keep that in mind. And accumulation models are sketchy at best, but boy, look at that. It's putting up a 9-inch rainfall on there. Goodness. I seriously doubt that happens, but it's in the realm of possibility. The one thing about when you get a serious flooding issue, when you get, and we've had it before, we've had times where we've gotten parts of our viewing area that have seen 10, 11, 12 inches of rain out of a system. Can't predict that. You just can't. It just, because everything has to kind of line up right, and you can never know exactly where it's going to line up right. That model's saying, hey, something like that could happen up here. I mean, look at it showing over 7 inches of rain across a wide swath there. Wow. That is ugly. All right, so that's one model. So let's look at another model. There we go. All right, so this is probably a little bit more realistic. So I ran 2 models for you earlier, showing you the rainfall and the timing, and these match. This is the first model with that first accumulation, second model with this accumulation, and hopefully this is a little closer, right? It still shows some significant numbers, over 3 inches. So look, Calvert has the highest number again, had 9 inches on that other model, has 3.5 inches on this one. So pretty widespread. That's why these accumulation models, I always show them to people and I always like to say, you just look at them for a realm of possibilities. Never say, hey, look, I'm in Molina, I'm going to get 2.2 inches of rain. Probably not going to get 2.2 inches of rain exactly. Probably a little more or a little less, right? Or I'm in Chatham, I'm going to get 2.54 inches of rain. Just think of these things as a range. That like 9 inches the other one showed, that's in the realm of possibility, but it's a small possibility, obviously. This is probably a little more in the realm of what the reality is going to be for most of us, probably going to be somewhere in that 2-inch to 3-inch range. It's going to be significant rainfall. Flooding is a real possibility. Road issues are going to be a real possibility, obviously, with that kind of rain falling that quickly. Our Tuesday morning commute could be very, very dicey. Likely will be very, very dicey. So once again, the timing is very late. Well, let me say this. Timing of the severe weather. The regular rain will happen during the day on Monday. There will be some rain around during the afternoon. But nothing will get that terrible until the evening. It'll be late Monday night. That's when we have the severe possibilities. Once again, when that warmer air begins moving in late in the evening. Earlier in the day, it will be fine. It'll just be rain. But late in the evening, that's when we'll see the chance of severe weather. And it'll last through sometime Tuesday morning, probably right around commute time for the eastern parts of our viewing area. Once again, winds, damaging winds. We're going to see some very gusty winds, flooding, rain, and tornadoes are all going to be possible with this system. All right, I'm hitting buttons here. My computer, I'm just kind of like flying blind because my computer's locked up. I can hit the button and it'll move, but I can't see what I'm hitting. It'd be nice if I kind of go back and forth to stuff, but I can't. All right, so this is current. There's the system. It's over here in Arizona, and it doesn't look like much right now, and it isn't much. Because what's going to happen as it comes across here, this is the old good old Gulf of Mexico that we all love. It's going to feed warm, moist air into that system, and then it's going to just blow up and become a very large, powerful system. And it's not just us. We're going to definitely get the severe weather into this. This thing's going to be a nor'easter. It's going to pile snow way up. It is going to be an absolute mess here for a good bit of the country. All right, let me see. I'm hitting now. Sorry, my thing is completely froze up on me. Let me see if I can't just reopen it, if that'll work. Hey, there it goes. All right, cool. Fingers crossed. All right, so tomorrow morning we're fine. Once again, I wanted to just get this out to you. Tomorrow morning we're fine. We're okay. It's a little chilly in the morning in the low 40s, but it's fine. It'll be windy, okay? Keep that in mind. It will be pretty windy out there. The afternoon, we'll start seeing some rain. Starts as showers, no big deal. Some rain late in the afternoon, no big deal during the day tomorrow, okay? It won't be until the evening. That's when things get nasty. We have, we got these things marked up for weather alert day. It'll start in the evening sometime there. Go through the overnight hours, early Tuesday morning, very nasty conditions. Once again, this is, this isn't a drill. This is going to be a real deal system. Here's where we're at right now from the Storm Prediction Center. They have us in a level 3 zone for most of our area, a little bit of level 2. Telling you tomorrow when they update this, I'm not going to be surprised if we don't get moved into a level 4 for parts of our area, okay? And maybe kind of a coastal thing, looking at the setup with the instability overnight, we could see a level 4. It's possible. So we don't get a whole lot of level 3. We get a handful of level 3s every year. The level 4, we get up into that red. Well, you only get that maybe a couple times a year at most. At most. Sometimes we don't. Some years we don't get them at all. So it's real possibility we could be talking about that because we are looking at a significant system. There will be true tornado risk with this system. There will be true wind gust risk. I mean, the wind gusts that we're looking at. I showed you this. Let me show you a different wind gust one here. This one doesn't take us all the way to the late evening, but it kind of gives you that idea as we go later in the day. I mean, it's going to be breezy during the day tomorrow. I don't know why this thing does. Every once in a while, this computer makes noise. But see, look at what happens by the evening. See these wind gusts starting to pick up over 40 miles per hour. That's before the worst of the weather even gets here. So we could be seeing some very significant wind gusts with the system for a while. Not just for a little bit, but we could be getting, for several hours, very, very strong winds. So once again, if you're joining late, I'm going to go ahead and put up, let me get the high resolution model back up here just to show this again. I'm going to run through this one more time, okay? So if you're just joined, I'll take you through this again. I know a lot of you, once again, you join us on Facebook. I would implore you to download our Fox 10 weather app because this is going to be an overnight event. You need a way to get alerts. If the power goes out, you're watching us on Fox 10, you get woken up because your phone starts buzzing, right? And you turn on Fox 10, we're going to be there, right? But your power goes out, your TV goes out, pop open our app, watch live, you're right back there. For nothing else, download our app for that, okay? That will help you out a lot. So go to our app and download our app so you can have that. So here it goes. We got the rain, the showers, the storms. During the day, once again, this is 3 o'clock on Monday. When the other models we looked at, it doesn't show rain until about 5 or 6. This one does bring it in a little bit earlier. This won't be severe. Could be pretty nasty. Could make the roads a little iffy out there, but this will not be severe. The warm air isn't in here yet. We are not looking at severe weather at this point. 6 o'clock looks really nasty here on the modeling. We still don't have the instability there. When will that come? Probably not until after 9 o'clock. See now, start to see these winds, they start shifting out of the southeast. Warm air starts filtering in, and by midnight, here's where we can start seeing severe weather. Now the air is really unstable. The atmosphere is bubbling like a pot on the stove. Air, like pockets of warm air are rising into the atmosphere. That creates rolls in the atmosphere. If things start rolling, you start getting spins, and that's when you can start seeing extremely strong wind gusts out of these, and you can start seeing tornadoes. And looking at this, what this model is showing is a real nasty looking setup, because you have the main line back here west of Hattiesburg. But ahead of that main line, we've got a bunch of individual thunderstorms. That's ugly, because when they're individual like that, they each can feed off the atmosphere. They can, whatever energy's there, they can kind of use it before each individual storm can kind of take in that energy. When they're all in a line like this, they kind of have to share all that energy. And you can get very strong wind gusts out of line and get small tornadoes, but you don't tend to get bigger, stronger tornadoes out of a line. But you can get bigger, stronger tornadoes out of individual thunderstorms out ahead of a line. So that's what we always have to watch out for. So that's, you know, a look that we don't want to see. That's why this has a significant chance of showing some severe weather here for us overnight. And once again, this is overnight. Why you really need to have the app, why you need a way to get the info in the middle of the night, is because it's going to be an overnight event. Very strong thunderstorms here at 2 in the morning here on Tuesday. 3 in the morning, strong thunderstorms here, line of thunderstorms back here, moving on through. 4 in the morning on Tuesday, line of thunderstorms right here, individual thunderstorms out ahead. And I know we're going through this like hour by hour, but don't get too fixated on the time, because obviously things can move easily by a couple of hours. Well, this can move a little faster, this can move a little slower. Probably not a whole lot. I'm not telling you this is going to be, you know, completely out of here by 4 in the morning or still way off to the west at 4 in the morning. This could be off by a couple of hours, 2 or 3 hours. It's not going to be off by 12 hours, okay? 5 in the morning, here's that line moving through, continues the thunderstorms out ahead of it. 6 in the morning, things beginning to improve west of 65. So it'll be real interesting. 7 in the morning, this is commute time. This will be real interesting to see if it really is this far to the east. I hope it is. I hope it's, because this is showing the main line over Destin, or past Destin, maybe even over to 30A. That would really help us out to get it out of here before, you know, the heart of the commute there on Tuesday morning. But like I said, if it's a little bit slower, it could be right in Pensacola at that time. A little bit faster, it could be over in Panama City, and we're all fine for it. So that's the look that we're looking at here. So I've been through the models several times here. I appreciate everybody joining us live. Once again, we'll be on all the way through this system here on Fox 10. If the power goes out, just open up our app. We'll be right there for you. So it's going to be a, you know, I'm not trying to scare anybody here, but this is going to be a significant system. This is the strongest one that we've seen in quite some time. So I just want, and it comes, and the issue is when they come overnight like this, that's when we could have problems because folks are asleep. And that's why you need to have a way to get alert so you can stay safe all the way through this event. So once again, here's a look at the long-range forecast. The good news is once we get through with the system, nice weather Wednesday and Thursday, another round of storms Friday. Right now, that does not look to be a severe round on Friday, at least not a significant severe round. So not too concerned at the moment about that one. Obviously, we just got to get through this other one here first on Monday night. So just be prepared. Stay tuned to Fox 10. We'll keep you fully updated. Once again, I'm meteorologist Matt Barrentine. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be with you all the way through this event.